Welcome, Diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners-Watson.
And I'm Frank DeGeary Gibbs.
And welcome to the next round of the Chevy Showdown.
Last week's races provided a lot of entertainment for the crowd, and they're looking forward to some more action this week.
And we know there'll be a lot of wannabe outlaw drivers out there keeping a close eye on how these cars perform on the canyon.
There's already a good number of cars on their way down to us right now, and if you think you've got what it takes to take on the outlaws, head on over to redlinederby.com for all the information about how to enter.
All right, let's take a look at who's driving today. First up in the Chevelle wagon, we've got young Cade from NZ Racing.
Then in the Chevy Custom, we've got Lone Star from Live Young Diecast.
Driving the 80s classic, the IROC Z Camaro, we've got Matty Brewer.
And another 80s icon, the Corvette, driven by Hawthorne Song.
Enough talking, let's get into some racing. As we send them into the tunnel for the start, we've got young Cade and Hawthorne Song on the front row, Lone Star and Matty Brewer in the back row.
I'm fully expecting that IROC Z to just drive around the competition here, even though he's getting left behind. Oh no, he goes sideways.
Well, then Song spins around as well. He manages to get the car into reverse. He's going to make a run for the finish line in reverse.
It's a tough way to do it.
Oh no, he's slowed right down. Is he going to get overtaken? No, he just makes it to the finish line ahead of young Cade, then Lone Star and Matty Brewer coming in last there.
It looked like Matty Brewer was actually trying to pit maneuver young Cade, but young Cade was having none of that.
Well, right up until he pit maneuvered himself.
Well, yeah, there was that, but look at him get going there. And then Hawthorne Sung figured he had enough of a lead that he'd spin around, but it looks like he completely missed his gear change and almost lost out to young Cade, who came flying down. Lone Star coming in third, and then look at Matty Brewer there bouncing off my shop.
First race a little bit messy, but at least all four drivers made it to the finish line and get those vital points.
We've said it many times, but every point is vital in these races, and there have been a number of times when 1 point has made all the difference. So even if you're coming in last, you want to make sure you get there.
The two 80s icons in the front row this time, Lone Star and young Cade in the back. Looks like Matty Brewer's going to take the lead into Bogan Alley. Bull, both cars getting up on two wheels. Bit of a drift out of that second dogleg. Matty Brewer running away with a huge big lead here, and he is going to take the win. And then we've got Hawthorne Sung backing down again. I don't know what he's planning. Young Cade into third, and where's Lone Star?
If you watch closely here, all these drivers were absolutely giving it the beans. The first three drivers in all got up on two wheels, which is just crazy. And then going through the second dogleg, Matty Brewer was out with a big lead, but look at Lone Star come through there with the overtake, but unfortunately he goes way too hot into Petrol Head Corner, and then Hawthorne Sung gives him a good spanking on the way through when he is almost back on his wheels, and then young Cade comes through and gives it to him as well.
The Rex Towing team out on the track helping Lone Star get back on his wheels as we reset.
And Lone Star's got an awful lot of work to do now as he drifts well behind. Young Cade and Matty Brewer still in with it, and Hawthorne Sung opening up a good lead so far.
There's still 2 races to go and 12 points up for grabs, so nobody's out of it just yet.
I'm fully expecting Matty Brewer here in the IROC Z in the front inside lane to pick up a win here and get into the lead.
Well, Matty Brewer's going to lead them out of the tunnel. Hawthorne Sung on his tail. Lone Star having all sorts of problems here. But here comes Hawthorne Sung, and he goes up the inside. A beautiful overtake. Matty Brewer tries to get around him. He gets the spins going into Big Kahuna Corner, and Hawthorne Sung holds on for a stunning win. And young Cade there with a last-minute overtake on Lone Star, who got going again.
What an absolutely superb drive here from Hawthorne Sung. Look at this, he picks up Matty Brewer, gets him in his sights, goes high into that second dogleg, and then uses that speed to whip right past him like he's standing still. But Matty Brewer chased him down hard, tries to cut to the inside. Hawthorne Sung sees him coming, shuts him out. Matty Brewer goes sideways, gets a bit of a spin on after that last minute correction, but what a run here from young Cade as well in the back. Look at this, Lone Star pulls to the inside while young Cade holds his line and just slips right by him to pick up the 2 points.
So Hawthorne Sung guaranteed a spot in the next round, and his final race is really going to determine if it's Matty Brewer or young Cade that's going to be joining him, depending on how they finish.
Lone Star unfortunately well out of it with only 3 points, but this makes it ideal for young Cade because he's starting in the front row and Matty Brewer's got to actually get around Lone Star.
We get underway for the final race, and Lone Star actually leading the field. Matty Brewer slips into second place, young Cade on his tail. Brewer trying hard here to get around Lone Star, tries to go up the inside, can't do it. Young Cade slips by him. Young Cade now chasing down for the lead, but Lone Star is going to hold on just. Young Cade crosses for second, Matty Brewer comes in third, and we've lost Hawthorne Sung.
Brewer tried to go up the inside, but got it wrong. That allowed young Cade to slip right by him. A nice drive there from young Cade, and then he tried really hard to chase down Lone Star, but he just couldn't pick up the win, unfortunately. And then we've got Hawthorne Sung there just spinning out, but it doesn't matter. He had enough points, and to be honest, I think he might have been distracted by the view.
Yeah, that powerboat's new. I haven't seen that before. But going to the scoreboard, Matty Brewer holds on by 1 point ahead of young Cade. Hawthorne Sung and Matty Brewer will be moving through, and we say goodbye to young Cade and Lone Star.
There's been some great action so far, and there's plenty more to come, so stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Just when you thought you were the biggest, baddest thing out there, introducing the new SUX2BU. So bad for the environment, it basically runs on penguin tears.
Brought to you by Mega Consumer Products. Buy more, buy bigger.
It's time for the second group racing tonight. Let's have a look at who's driving.
First up, driving the 69 Camaro, we've got Ian Adams.
I wonder how those oversized rears are going to go. All right, next up, we've got the El Camino driven by Marcus Firegon, who is the current overall track record holder at 13 flat.
Then driving the bright green Monte Carlo, we've got Hazard.
And finally, driving the bright red Chevelle SS, we've got Sam Hall.
It's going to be real interesting to see if that Chevelle tips over, seeing it's so high.
Well, we're not going to have to wait long because he's in the front row with Ian Adams, and then we've got Marcus Firegon and Hazard in the back row. They get underway, and we've got Ian Adams out with a big lead. But here comes the Chevelle. Oh, the Chevelle takes out the Camaro. Here comes Hazard in the Monte Carlo, absolutely muscling Ian Adams down the track. The Chevelle and the Monte Carlo managed to get around. Marcus Firegon making a run now, but Hazard gets out clean. He will take first place. Sam Hall second. Marcus Firegon third, and Ian Adams DNFs.
Sam Hall here playing dirty, completely wipes out Ian Adams to get into the lead, but then he gets stuck and Hazard slips right by, and this is why these things are called muscle cars. Oh, look at the power here from that Monte Carlo, just pushing that Camaro down the track. He gets around, Sam Hall then tries to push Ian Adams into Hazard, but Hazard gets out in front. Then Marcus Firegon makes a huge big run in the back there, can't quite get past, spins around, but will hold on for third place.
So a rough start for Ian Adams, but congratulations Hazard starting from the back row, picks up the win. Sam Hall with 4 points, Marcus Firegon 2.
And again, those boys showing the power of the donks under the hood with a very impressive display of pushing Ian Adams almost all the way down the track.
Ian Adams starting in behind Sam Hall. Is he going to try and get some payback? Well, he's going to have to catch up to him first. Hazard jumps out to the lead, spins around backwards. Sam Hall with a beautiful overtake through the second dogleg. He goes backwards as well. Sam gets it pointed in the right direction, keeps it clean through Big Kahuna Corner. Hazard trying everything he can to get past, but he can't do it. Marcus Firegon comes in third, and Ian Adams finishes and then goes on his roof again.
Hazard out with a good lead here, but unfortunately threw himself sideways into Bogan Alley, and then nice overtake there up the inside by Sam Hall. Just keeps it nice and clean.
Well, it's quite surprising he kept it clean in that overtake based on his performance in that first race.
Either way, he did a very nice job there, and so with that win, he equals first place with Hazard now 10 points apiece. Ian Adams probably well out of it at only 1 point, and Marcus Firegon lagging behind on 4 points.
Well, nobody's out just yet. Remember, there's still 12 points up for grabs.
Yeah, but Ian's starting in the back row, so he's unlikely to win from here.
Well, Hazard picked up his first win from there, so you never know. Hazard and Marcus Firegon out in front. Hazard with a beautiful overtake. Keeps it clean, gets a drift through the second dogleg. Marcus Firegon fighting back. Sam Hall coming through. It is absolute bedlam on the track. Sam Hall pushes past. Marcus Firegon goes through. Ian Adams coming through, but Marcus holds on for first. Sam second. Hazard third, and Ian Adams picks up another fourth.
This was an absolute Donnybrook right from the start. A great move here from Hazard to muscle past Marcus Firegon, but he just didn't give up. But let's just have another look at this drift from Hazard. Look at this, a perfect drift right through the second dogleg there, but that did allow Marcus Firegon to catch up. He plows into the side of him. Sam Hall goes around the outside, and he actually drives over the tray of the El Camino to get into second place, but as they go into Big Kahuna Corner, Marcus Firegon gets back in the lead. Sam Hall slips into second. Ian Adams tries everything he can to get past Hazard. Hazard blocks the track, holds on for third place, and Sam Hall there going over on his side as Ian Adams just crawls over the finish line.
So Adams definitely out of it now, but it is still anybody's race between Marcus Firegon, Hazard, and Sam Hall, depending on how they finish.
I'd expect some dirty play from Sam Hall here because he's going to want to hold on to his position, and he's also being blocked out by Ian Adams there as well.
So Firegon starting on the inside, Hazard in behind him, Ian Adams in the outside lane, and Sam Hall all over the back of him. Ian moves into second, but through goes Hazard, and Sam Hall takes out Hazard. Marcus Firegon jumps out to a massive lead here. All he has to do is keep it clean.
Easy in the El Camino there.
And Marcus Firegon chalks up 2 wins in a row. Who's coming through second? It's Sam Hall. Sam Hall comes through second place, and that's all that's going to finish.
With everything on the line, Hazard got a nice overtake, but Sam Hall completely takes him out brutally, blocks out Ian Adams till he stalls out, and then look at this. Sam Hall just drives right around the outside of Hazard to pick up second place, and that means that Sam Hall and Marcus Firegon are moving through to the next round.
Well, it's been another day of epic racing, epic battles, and we're looking forward to the racing next week.
And next week, the 2 winners of each group will be moving through to the big final.
Any early predictions, Frank, on who's going to take it out?
Well, it's tough to say, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a Chevy.
Right. Okay, well, that's enough from us today. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.